that he had put her head on a shelf and screamed at it for an hour, threw darts at it, and ultimately smashed her face in. He also cut her tongue out and her larynx and put them in a garbage disposal.
Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Nobody. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine and a straight racer if you get too close to me.
Do you ever feel violence?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Describe the feeling that you get when you feel like killing people.
Well, last March 11th, I was hallucinating, and I took a razor blade and I cut a man's throat.
Here in the hospital?
Here in the hospital.
You thinking murder made you?
Yes.
That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
And you don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place.
I hope I never do either.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another fabulous Saturday evening here, Murder Podcast Show. Per usual, I am your host, Tim, and alongside of me,
you're muted for me. Oh.
Alongside of me, we have my co-host, Criminology Chris, and alongside of him is the director of all of our social media platforms, Jackie, Classroom Jackie.
What's up, guys?
So let me, as you guys know, we've been hyping this up all week long. We have a very special guest that agreed to, come on the show tonight. I know there's a lot going on with this story right now. Netflix released this, probably over a week ago now or something like that.
14th.
And documentary called The Crash. And tonight we have a guest coming on, Dominic's big sister, Christine Russo. Give me 1 second here, and I will bring her up on the screen.
And she's going to join us live.
She is joining us live, so it should come up on your end there. Christine, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. I know you've been busy. I'm sure there's a lot going on now. So first of all, so sorry for your loss. I know you were very close to him. This particular story here is very close to us on the show because it happened right by where I work, and it's only probably about 25 minutes from me here. And I remember when it all went down, and I watched the trial in 23, and the whole thing was just a shame. It's very, very sad. So we do appreciate you coming on here. Christine has her own podcast, and she's actually going to be going live tomorrow. It's at 8, right?
8 o'clock Eastern time. Yep.
Okay, that is the Big Sister Unhinged, correct?
Yep, the Big Sister Unhinged.
Okay, YouTube, you guys can check her out. She is on there, and it's going to be a 2-hour show, you said?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. So I guess I've got some questions and stuff. I will ask you some. There's 2 more here that are on my show as well too, but because of doing the Zoom, you can't see them as well. But if they have any questions, they can talk, and you'll still hear them. So,
okay.
First of all, so what was Dominic like, and how was your relationship with him growing up?
I was a lot older than Dom. I was 13. He was I have 6 siblings. I'm 1 in 7. So he was the baby. When he was born, he was like, I have a sister who's close to my age also. He was like, and we have really close cousins. He was like all of our little baby. We passed him around, just doted over him, fed him, like he was all of our babies. And then growing up, like He was like my little pal, my little sidekick, my little pal. Um, he was funny, he was ambitious, he was handsome, he was fun to be around, witty, smart, intelligent, really liked basketball, had a very close group of friends. Um,
He was writing
I've
his
been
own
asked
he wrote his own music too, right?
Yep, he was a songwriter. He was producing and helping with beats and things with his friends. Um, what else? He grew up in Strongsville, if you're familiar with the area. Great uncle. We were a very close family, very involved with us, caring, kind, liked animals. Nice guy.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely did sound, like it. I watched, you were on a podcast a couple nights ago, and I'm trying to remember, it was something to do with moms, and I watched that one, and that was,
Mm.
really good. I don't remember the exact name of the show, but, um,
Justice for Moms or something like
Justice
that.
for Moms, yes, thank
Uh-huh.
you. But yeah, he seemed, I don't know, it's crazy because when you watch the documentary and stuff, I know things can be different and that kind of stuff with what they portray as opposed to what really went on, but it was just a shame to see how Mackenzie, and I don't even like using her name,
I
but
know it's hard not. It
yeah,
sucks.
yeah,
Mhm.
how she treated him, and some of those video recordings too of how she was with him,
Um,
threatening to get in the house, and he's like, this is not your house, and it's just a shame, which that was going to be what I was going to ask you next was what was their dating relationship like? As his big sister, did you notice any red flags with her?
Actually, guess what? So I've been asked this question 30 times in the last
Yeah.
week since the movie came out, and I feel like I'm rehearsing, but I have a bad memory. My friend Richard, sparked. Yeah, he called me this morning and he FaceTimed me and he said, Christine, he said he just moved to Boston and he's like, I haven't seen him in a while. He's like, the movie. He's like, my mom watched it and she's crying and he's like, when I met her, because he used to come over, we lived next door. My brother lived next door with my sister. And so I was, there's two houses next door to each other. They live next door. And he's like, so when, I was coming over, when I first met her, he was like, she didn't even say hi to me. And I was like, oh my God, I've been asked this question 30 times in the last week. And I just remembered that. I was like, the first time I met her, she had this short, skimpy, white little tank top on, to come and meet Dom's family, and, like, she didn't say hi to me, she didn't look at me, she didn't say hi to me, and I just remembered that, I was like, "Son," like, I totally forgot about that. Didn't look at me, didn't say hi to me, I'm Dom's older sister, like, no respect whatsoever, and then it was more of just, like, isolation, I guess, like, not anything, like, I would never take or put up with somebody, like, assaulting my siblings in front of me, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Usually my siblings' significant others are quite, afraid of me, um, like, just because I'm so overprotective, but,
Okay.
like, so that wouldn't have went on, so it was like, and then I don't know if you're familiar with, like, narcissistic, abusers or toxic relationships, a lot of the time it's all hidden. It's
Yeah.
a big, huge red flag of, like, the isolation and, like, when people aren't around, but it was a lot of the isolation and then, like, um, everything like, she wouldn't leave his side, you know what I'm saying? Like, she had to be everywhere, and he had to be with her all the time. That was a big one, but there was nothing just, like, the no respect and the not saying hi when I first met her and things like that, like, nothing else really stood out, you know,
Yeah,
that
that's kind of weird,
Mhm.
especially when, sister, and it's like, wait a minute, you won't even say hi to me. That is very
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
So,
disrespectful.
yeah. So I was she kind of like when she was out in front of people, was she like fake as opposed to kind of like behind closed doors, or um like was she, you know what I mean, like
Yeah, I think she was always fake. I think she's sociopathic and psychopathic. So I think she's always fake. I don't even think she knows who herself is. She's
okay.
so consumed about her looks and her makeup and her hair. and being popular, and she's a bully. She's just a bad seed, a bad person. So I don't even think she knows who she is. The fakeness was, could you imagine? I don't know if you have siblings or not, but like
Yeah, I do.
thinking of like somebody murdering one, like it's and she was at my house after the murder. Like I thought it was an accident for a minute. Um, you never really think like that this could happen. So of course she was fake because she actually murdered my brother, and it's like you had to have been living a fake. She's just fake all over. She's a cold blooded murderer. Come to
Yeah,
find out.
yeah.
You know.
Um, so I know that she had threatened him a whole bunch. And it was it like a week or something like that where they were driving down, I thought it was like 71 or something,
Yep.
and she was driving, crazy, speeding, and Dom ended up calling, was it your mom to
Yeah, it's my
tell?
stepmom. Yeah,
Okay.
stepmom, call her mom, though, we can call her mom, so I don't like, I'll do that, especially not to confuse people, but, yes, it was about I think it was 2 weeks prior to her actually killing him. She did this, like, 2 weeks prior and went crazy on the highway. He had to get picked up from the side of the road.
Wow. So he was, oh man, yeah, it's a lot of threats. So that was what I was going to ask next was during all their fighting and her threatening him, did you ever think that she would actually act on those threats towards him?
Her, like, for the relationship that we had, I wouldn't have thought that, but I am a very trusting person, and I'm, like, kind and caring and empathetic, so I think I see the best in everyone. I still can't I don't know. No,
Okay.
I don't I never thought that I could know somebody that could, like, cold blood murder somebody. This is beyond, and I've known some pretty messed up people. This is beyond, like, I don't know, like, reality. That's how crazy this is to me. It's you just
Yeah.
don't it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, we, cover all sorts of different cases on the show, and I've never come across one like this where, because people think like, oh, there's no way that she did it on purpose because she was in the car too. And it's like, no, she was trying to take herself too. And that's what's so crazy about the whole thing is when you hear about murders and stuff, you don't hear about it in this way. Like you hear about like people getting stabbed and shot and different things like
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as taking a car and driving, and I know, exactly where it's at. That road is not smooth. So
No.
yeah, it's very like, bouncy. Even when you drive,
And winding.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Even when you drive back there, I think going 15, you're still bouncing around. I think, Chris, you guys
Yep.
know where it's at too,
Yeah, we do.
and to be going that rate of speed and not putting the brakes on at all, not even trying to, and the gas pedal all the way down to the floor
Mhm.
is there's no like when her mom came up in court and tried to pull the pots thing and said maybe she blacked out, and it's like, no, if you blacked out, all
Yes.
your force is not going to stay on that gas pedal to where.
No, and even if okay, the other thing though is even if sorry to cut you off, if
No,
she
you're
had they're
fine.
trying to say first it was POTS, and I believe that they looked up a disorder and ailment that they could have said she had that would have done that. So the POTS, it has been proven that your body actually relaxes and it wouldn't have put the pressure on the pedal. But then other people, the internet trolls are like, oh, it could have been a seizure though, and your body tightens up. But you, who like me know the road, if you are passed out, you're not making it to the end of the street like that. You're not maintaining control on the street because of how bumpy and windy it is. You have to have both hands on the wheel, and you have to be I've done it at 35 after Don passed. I went down the road and I just wanted to see for myself, and they took the judge there before the trial started, and it was like you cannot get down that street without having to like hold both hands and whip it. You know what I'm saying? Even
Yeah,
at 35, it's
yeah,
impossible.
yeah. I can't. And that was actually something that I learned watching that. The crash is that I did not, realize that they could pull that module out of the car and actually read that data. Even after
Mhm.
the car was completely totaled, like it was.
Yep.
And when they showed that, I was like, oh my God, like that's crazy. And no, and then the car going back and forth between neutral and park and stuff. I, my own personal thought on that is it was probably Dom and his friend trying to get the car out of gear to try to
Mhm.
stop her. But yeah, just like what you said, there's no way, even if you blacked out and you were seizing, there's no way you're going to get down that
No.
road perfectly fine.
Nope.
Because if I remember correctly, at the end of the road, the building that she hit was, it was, you kind of had to go to the right a little bit, correct?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then there was, okay, so yeah, it's, and that video camera footage of that was just, it's
Oh, and
just,
get this also. See, in my talking to Richard this morning, people know I don't. So for the last 4 years, I haven't paid attention to anything about this my brother's murder. Like I've just been in a super bad depression. Like I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. So I just started speaking out about this, but my friend Richard, I was talking to again this morning, he even brought to my attention, he said, Christine, he said, I know exactly what happened. They were fighting, and this is what I always said too. They were fighting on that street and on Pearl Road, the main road. He said you could even see her brake 3 times. It's 5 in the morning. There's no cars out there. You know Pearl Road at 5 AM, it's dead. There's nothing.
yeah,
She brakes 3 times real quick, so you know that it's like, you know they were arguing right there. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah, yep,
You don't even have to brake turning right on that street, like, you know what I'm saying? And she shouldn't even went down that street. She went down that street because I think she snapped at on the main road, she snapped. They got in a fight, she snapped, and she turned right real quick and floored it in a one giant fit of rage. But he even said, and I was like, "God, I never even noticed that." In the video, you could see her brake, "Doot, doot, doot," you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
he was like, "They were fighting." I was yeah, I figured that, but now I just noticed that brake part,
Yeah,
you know?
I didn't even catch that in that
Mhm.
video. I'll have to, see it again, but, yeah, Pearl Road at that time because I take Pearl Road to go to work, and that's at, like, 4 AM, and there's nobody, and usually the lights are all
Right.
green at that time too as
Yes, you
well.
don't have to right, there's no need to be braking a bunch of times real quick, it's like, come on.
Yeah, yeah. So that's, next question that I have is, well, it was actually one that you already answered, when I asked, or I was going to ask, when you first found out, did you believe that it could have been something deeper than just a car crash? But you had already stated that you figured that that's all it was at first, was just a,
Well, I knew
accident.
it was I had certain, very I have some family members who are remaining they are choosing to remain private, but there are 7 of us, we have a very big family, so there were certain siblings and things that they knew instantly because they had been talking, like, secrets with him and, like, that he had confided in them recently, you know what I'm saying? Like, there were certain things that happened that were, that other people knew, and I was told, like, "Christine, this was on purpose," and then me, I'm like this, "There's no who murdered like, our brother can't be murdered, what are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? Like, so I felt it was an accident until everything started unfolding, and then I started listening, and the evidence came out in the trial, and it just was, like, mind-blowing, but yeah, I did, I thought it was an accident for a minute.
Well, thank God that things kind of did unfold to where at least she got what she needed to get, because
Mhm.
heaven forbid that she got away scot free and nobody really looked deeper into it, prosecutors and stuff. So, but yeah, um, the whole thing is just, it's crazy. And I'm sure from your view too, because like you said, you never would have thought anything like this, especially when you get a call and you find out about it. Usually it's, hey, was in a car crash, and,
Mhm.
and so you don't think anything beyond that, like
No.
that he could have been murdered. That's what
The
it's
weird
just,
craziest thing.
yeah, it's just a shame. And then of course you get trolls online. I know you're dealing with a whole bunch of them now, and,
Mhm.
people that think that, she should be freed, and they have that group on there. I know, Free Mackenzie. And it's like, um, somebody was talking to somebody about it, and they were saying that, well, she shouldn't have been tried as an adult. And I'm like, she turned 18, I think, just a couple days after the accident, if I remember. if I
I think it
remember.
was the next day. I think it
Yeah,
was, like, the next day, yeah.
but
July 31st and her birthday's I think it was the next day or so.
and they had enough stacked up, against her to where they ended up trying her as an adult. Which, yeah, once that person had actually said that to me, I was like, okay, I'm not even getting involved in this. I'm walking away
There's
because,
so many internet trolls. Yeah, I have to remind myself all day long, just, "Christine, ignore them." I've seen the worst people are saying the worst, and it's like one of the biggest ones is, "Oh, you're just speaking out because you're profiting off your brother," and I'm like, "This is like it's a sick joke." I can't even get out of bed some days, like, my heart is broken in half, and, like, how d I just it blows the people are terrible,
yeah,
some people are
yeah,
really terrible, but the support outweighs. Thank you, everybody. Like, the support is really outweighing. For every 1,000 comments, something positive is, like, these nasty trolls. It's hard to
yeah,
not
I'm
correct that,
sure.
but that's why with my podcast, like, that's why I started it, is I'm going to piece by piece battle the misinformation and put facts out. Like, that's my goal, and then, with my podcast, it's just, like, breaking it down and so everyone can have the correct information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Jackie wants to ask a question to you real quick. Go
Sure.
ahead,
Go
Jackie.
ahead, Vic.
First, I just want to thank you for coming on the show and joining us and taking the time out. We look forward to talking about your brother and not the person behind this. My question is,
Thank you.
what did the documentaries get wrong that you want to prove was not the way they said or described?
Um, what are the documentaries get wrong that I want to prove? First of all, I want to say that that's a good question. One is that, like, I had no issue. A lot of people are spinning my words. I had no issue with the Netflix team or the producers at all, but they did have, unfortunately, people on the documentary that chose to lie. The biggest one, and I think is a huge misconception, is that Rosie and Landon were not Dominic's or Davion's best friends. I just sat down with Divine and did a 2-hour show with her. And I asked her, I was like, I know that they are not Dominic's friends, like good friends. Like I said, were they your brother's good friends? She said, absolutely not. But they turn around and say like these lies. They're posing as Dom and Davion's best friends and then turn around and lying like about what happened or about how they were. There were certain things that they took out of the Netflix movie that they had said that was even worse. I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head. Here's a misconception, not a flat out lie. The 253 thing they kind of left, and I haven't rewatched the movie since it was edited, so this is just things that I've heard in it. They put out at 253, Dominic texted my dad, "I love you." Did you guys see that part?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody is like, there's all these conspiracy theories now. Oh my God. He knew, or they must have been fighting then, or it was him, or he knew he was going to do that. Well, let me set the record straight that my dad texts us randomly at all hours of the night. We're a very loving family, not all hours of the night, but day, night, whatever. Whenever he feels like he wants to text his kids, he loves them, he shoots an I love you. And we do the same. So it's like a random, like, hey, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't there people are making conspiracy things out of something that, like, was a normal, thing that we did,
Right,
you
Yeah,
know?
right.
normal text or, yeah, something that you guys did.
I did see
Yeah,
a
and
little bit
people are
about
running
that.
wild.
I
Yeah,
saw
people are running wild with it, like, "Oh my god, he did it because he texted and that was, like, his goodbye." No, we actually, I texted my dad the same night at 1 a.m., "I love you, dad." So, it's
Okay.
just, like, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, where, um
I do remember seeing that where, yeah, people are thinking like, well, he knew, and that's why he
Mhm,
texted it. But, that makes sense what you're saying too, and families are like that. There's some that do stuff like that and some that don't. Everybody's different.
mhm.
So,
Another thing is, like, another misconception is, my brother's lifestyle. People are, saying that he was involved in illegal activities. That is not true. He comes from a long line of, he comes from a wealthy family, and he did great with, like, stocks and things. Like, he was not, into any illegal activities, things like that. So, just certain misconceptions, about the movie that, like, I'm trying to set the record straight. I had some written down too. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I saw that he did, what was it, Bitcoin and stocks. He was
Yeah,
pretty successful with that.
yeah, he was ambitious. He really he did good with that. Stuff like us being related to Judge Russo. There's no relation whatsoever. In fact, you guys are from around here, so you know that the last name Russo is the most popular political name in Cuyahoga County. I went to school for political science just because I had the last name Russo. It's actually like super, it's the best name to have in Cuyahoga County in politics. There's no relation to the judge.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just saw that one recently too.
yep. It's just stuff like that. More of like, not like I can't think of, because I haven't, I got to preview an edited version or pre-edited version kind of in January, and then I haven't rewatched it. So I'm going to be going through it, breaking it down, but it's more of like misconceptions, like, or, it was made for entertainment. So it's now like my job as the big sister, to set the record straight, and these internet trolls and people that don't understand.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
Hmm.
I do have one more for you. How do you want your brother to be remembered by everybody?
How do I want my brother to be remembered by everybody?
Mhm.
Um, well, it sure isn't that I want my brother to be remembered that he was killed by some psychotic 80-pound whack job. That's for
Right.
sure. And that's how it's going. So it's kind of, I feel like it's would hurt his pride, I think, almost. It's like, as a man, I don't know. I just don't like that. So any other way than that, but like, he was a great uncle. How could he be remembered by? Just like, I wish you guys knew him. I wish he was here. The one thing I say too is he had so many best friends. Everyone calls them, he has a group of best friends, like, that they're brothers, you know what I'm saying? And this loss has completely shattered so many people. I'm talking, like, for his death dates and birth dates, we have parties of like 50, you know what I'm saying? Of
Mhm.
best friends, not acquaintances, no Landon, no Rosie, never there, you know what I'm saying? His actual friends, like, and it just, the family, the way that, like, he was just so important, and loved, and he was kind, and, um, just, I don't want him to be remembered how he's, what's going on now. Like, that's
Yeah.
not how I want him remembered. Is it awesome that everybody knows my brother's, like, he went out with, everyone knows his name and his face? That's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? How many people get
Yeah.
to say that? That the entire world knows, if you lose a loved one, you'd be lucky that the whole world got to hear their name and see their face. You know what I'm saying? People pray
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
People
Right.
really pray for that. That's one of the biggest, things with grief, especially sibling loss and, child loss, is that the main fear when you're grieving is that you are going to, they're gonna be forgotten. So, it's like, one side, we don't have any closure, we can't move on, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I even want to. I wanna miss my brother. I don't wanna forget about him, you know what I'm saying? I wanna talk about him.
Yeah.
And on one hand, it's like the whole world, even like Kim Kardashian, Cardi B, like, all these, people, like, they know his face and his name. I said, my brother deserves nothing less,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
these
I just saw and read was that yesterday that Cardi B declined that she's going to give any money to, Mackenzie or whatever. I guess Mackenzie had reached out or something, or her parents. I don't know, but I had read that and I'm like, good.
they've been, from the day she was sentenced, it's appeal after appeal, and they try to hashtag Kim Kardashian to free her and to represent her. You know how she was getting, helping set, wrongly convicted people to jail. She was, like, on that, and, they were trying to get her, like, attention. That's all that they've ever cared about, is fame, being social media famous. That's all they've ever cared about.
Yeah.
And, I'm actually gonna start, for everybody listening in, I have somebody working on it right now. I am starting a bill and a petition. I'll put it out tomorrow, um, to start a bill to prevent Mackenzie from gaining any monetary like gains from social media after, or if she ever gets out. But if she does after, and then I'm trying to work in the parents or the family as well. So that'll be coming out tomorrow.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely, good idea. But I personally don't see her, getting out. But you never know. I hope not. I truly hope not. But because that's 15 years is when she could be possibility up for
Yeah.
that, right?
Well, yeah, and she already served. This happened in 22. She was convicted in 23, August something of 23, and so she got 15 ran concurrently. So, yeah, not I mean, that's what's like the whole thing. Like I hate that she just doesn't admit what she's done, say she's sorry and like really like find God and apologize. I don't know if I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
No remorse whatsoever.
yeah, and I saw, and I'm sure everybody has now, her rap sheet that she has going on in, prison, and she's causing all these, issues and, what is it? Um, I think some drugs and stuff trying to be brought in, and then somebody said she's
Mhm.
got, what's it, hickeys on her neck now, and she
She lost
just
her girlfriends.
yeah, yeah, and she's not eating prison food, she's, eating fancier stuff, and
Of course, yeah.
it's like, really? And then the whole way that her mom and her talk on, I see you posted a few of those jail calls and stuff, and it's like, I don't even understand what they're speaking because I know everybody's saying they speak in like their own,
Mhm.
language. I
Carney talk.
yeah, I personally think it's just
Carney.
between the mom and her. I don't think the dad
Mhm.
really.
I don't believe he knows how to, do it as well. I don't quote me, this is my allegedly, I don't know, I gotta be careful what I say, but I don't believe he does. I don't think so. But it's called Carney talk, and it's like a form of Pig Latinish, and they use it so that people can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if you guys have heard Chris or Jag. If you guys have heard
Oh,
some, you have
yeah.
to listen to these jail calls and the way her mom and her talk. It's just
It's
like,
weird.
The first
yeah,
one I heard was the hospital, and I thought it was crazy. I thought both of them were just crazy right then and
Well, you
there.
do know what it says too. She did say when the cop first walked in, they didn't even think it wasn't even an investigation yet. The cop walked in to see if she was okay and to give her her phone hours after the crash, and she looks at her mom and says in that other language, "Can I just say I had a seizure or something?"
Right.
That's
yeah,
what she says, and it's like, who can hear that and know that and then even think for a second that she's innocent? Just online trolls. It's a
That
joke. It really
yeah,
is.
and then
It's a
the
joke.
"Can't you just take my driver's license for 10-year" thing.
Yeah.
oh
How
yeah,
about like Natalie? Like, I'm also going to be putting stuff out that the public doesn't know. Like, for instance, Natalie, the mom, actually lied to me, my dad, and my sister for like 3 or 4 days and said she was in a full out coma, unconscious, like on her deathbed, going to die. And we sat there and prayed for her for like 4 days, hoping praying she'd wake up and crying, devastated. And meanwhile, come to find out now, she's sitting in the hospital bed making TikToks and trying to get modeling gigs the
Yeah.
whole time.
that's
But it was a big fat lie, and it's like, "Why would you lie? Because you were trying to concoct a story." When she looked at you and said, "Mom, can I say I just had a seizure or something?" You just sat there and concocted a story. I don't know why she hasn't been charged with accessory. I
yeah.
just wish that they would I wish they would stop their BS, and it's just so much lies. It's actually getting, super irritating because they're letting people talk badly about Dom and it's absolutely terrible.
Now
Yeah, they're doing all that enabling, and it's just ridiculous.
Yes, it's insane.
I don't know. I had heard that was it he was trying to break up with her shortly before that and
Mhm.
she wasn't going to have that. I don't know how true that was or not, but that's what I had read or
Yeah.
heard.
She
Okay.
was, it wasn't shortly before, it was, like, for, like, 6 months or so, like, they had moved in together, my sister moved out in October of 2020, he moved in, so shortly after that, things started to go downhill a little bit, and he was steady trying to break up with her, they were on and off, it was shaky, it was toxic, she was toxic, not my brother,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it got he was trying to get rid of her, and he confided in his best friends, his closest sibling, and, shared some personal things and stuff, and he was moving on, and she had nothing going for her, no job, no schooling, nobody, and, it was like, "If I can't have you, you're not nobody will," you know what I mean? Or, like,
Wow.
how could she be left?
Yeah.
She's a freaking psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and there's things that I had saw that she was doing too, and I think you said you're going to touch on it tomorrow on your show too, but like with the feet stuff and all that kind of things, it's like
Mhm.
it's like what? And she just like you said, 80 pounds, and it's just like I don't know. She just there's something about her when you look at her, you just get that really I don't know crazy vibe
Yep,
from her.
especially her eyes, like,
Mhm.
looking at her eyes, it drives me crazy. It's like they're evil.
Yeah,
They're, like, deep they're, like, you could there's something's wrong,
yeah.
even just the look of her, yeah.
And the fact that her parents, they said, I watched, because I've seen the three of them that are out right now, documentaries. I think Killer Cases, and then what's it,
Mean
the
Girl.
Mean Girls, yeah. And they were saying that her parents didn't even care that she was dressing, and they were showing the way she was dressing at that age, and it's like, how could you let your child go out the door like that? And they're promoting it. They said that her parents were liking her post and stuff, and it's like wow. I mean, they just feed right into it, and her dad, and
Mhm,
I'm glad to see that he's on leave now,
mhm,
from his job because he's a teacher, correct? Catholic?
mhm. Yep. Um, I believe so. Actually, the last time that that we knew of, I thought he had a different job, so I don't know if it's new or what, but, yeah, they put him on leave, and it completely is, it's like was it nature versus nurture? I know she was born a psychopath, she's sociopathic, I believe you're born with that, but it also is like you're having enabling parents like that was a storm for disaster, it really was, like, they not only let, like, her move out with a boy, or dress that or do drugs, like, they knew like Steve said in the thing, they didn't care much, and I know how it'd be with my daughter, and, not only that, but, like, they, they babysat other kids and stuff, and I'll be having people on my show. I'm not gonna give any spoilers out there, you guys can tune in, but I'll be having some guests on my show here shortly about, The Big Sister Unhinged, um, that I'm gonna be talking some of my like, I kinda grew up in the same neighborhood, and I grew up in the same neighborhood. Their kids were being babysat by them, and some things happened. So, let's just say I'll leave it for them to
Gotcha.
discuss, that's on them, but, I don't wanna out anybody or it's pretty, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, sensitive
Yeah.
subject. So, that'll be coming out, trying to talk to her soon, so soon, but, like, yeah, it's just them as they just give me the creeps, they really do, just terrible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they definitely are. They're when her dad made a bunch of the comments on there with the smoking weed and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, we smoke, who cares?" Yeah, and it's like I remember when I first watched that, I'm just like, "Wow, this guy's a real winner." It's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my
Mhm.
gosh," but,
To
um
say that to know that that was gonna be, like, I knew instantly it was gonna be a humongous movie, like, I actually said no up until they stopped production and flew back out of country and stuff, and then I changed my mind at the last second, I was like, "I can't let there be a Netflix movie and me not be in it to talk about my brother, any of us," you know what I'm saying? So I bit
mhm,
the bullet and did it, but even I knew, like, this was about to be I just had a feeling it was gonna be huge, so, like, who would say that? And to a Netflix, like, "You're gonna be on Netflix, dude. Why would you say that?
yeah,
Come on, don't do the interview. Like, you guys don't stop trying to get attention. Let your
that's
daughter do her little 15 years and be quiet." You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, shut up. Sorry.
yeah, no,
That's my
yeah, no, that's crazy, the whole thing, and then when they let her talk while she's in prison and stuff, You know, I can't get it out of my head, but somebody made a really good comment and said that she looks like Mr. Bean when she's sitting there with
Yeah,
that
I've
big bun
seen
up
some
there.
man, I've seen some memes, and I try to not look at like, I'll put out videos, but I will not look at or listen to videos. I don't know if it's me protecting myself or something, or my brain will not let me like, people send me stuff, but I've seen some funny
Yeah.
things, like,
Yeah.
and I'm trying not to laugh, and I'm like, "This is not funny," but,
Yeah.
like, it is Mr. Bean was insane. There was another one I saw, I was like, "Oh my god," it was somebody impersonating her. I was like, "This is who is this man?" Because he is, one of the best comedians I've ever seen.
Yeah.
There's been some good stuff out there. Like,
Um,
it's not funny, but that is.
yeah.
I
Mhm.
I know you had to unfortunately come online and put asking people to stop coming to your brother's grave. I did see that you have the GoFundMe. Are you okay if we shared that so that way we can try and keep it going and see if we can help you get more funds to do the advocacy for them?
Yeah, you guys can. We're redoing it. I actually just bought a bunch of new we have, security cameras up there and things. Here's the thing, is like, it is a memorial site, but here's the thing, I have private family members, the ones that were, let's say, the very closest to them and are hurting, like, we're all hurting, you know what I'm saying? It's all our brothers, but I have family members that are private and didn't want us to speak out and don't want us to talk to people because this is still like there's appeal after appeal, and they're absolutely right. So I have to watch what I say all the time. But the cemetery is it's such a it's like it's beautiful, and like if you're driving by you can see it and things like that. But and if you can look at it from afar, it's fine. And we don't want to stop like, people to love and see it and stuff. But like I was on the phone with somebody yesterday, and they were going to visit my brother as they do every day, and if not more than once a day. And I was on the phone with her, and she's like, "Christine, there's like 5 cars here." And they haven't even like begun to process their grief. Like, it's terrible. But she's like, "There's 5 cars here." And I'm like, "Oh my God, like what?" They're like, "Okay, they're out." They actually um, walked up to her while I was on the phone, and she's going to see, my brother. And they walk up, and I can hear him go, "Oh my God, your son was murdered." And I'm like, "Oh my God, oh, I can't believe that girl." It was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, and her day's wrecked now. I'm like, and she's going to see her, her, I'm trying to keep her private,
Yeah.
but it's like that. Yes, like, it's awesome that the world wants to leave flowers and things like that, but that's why I set up the GoFundMe too, is like we'll redo it and we appreciate it very much. But at the same time, if you see any of us there, please go the opposite direction also. And like, it's our one spot, and we do have other family members and relatives that aren't ready to talk to strangers, and that's their choice, and we have to try to respect that. I'm different. I like to talk about them. It's therapeutic for me, but
Mhm.
there's some that are not ready to talk to strangers, and that's their private space. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, we can.
it was horrific, honestly. I was like, "Oh my God." The movie
Yeah.
coming out, I didn't think that this would happen. I didn't realize that this kind of stuff would be happening. So it's like she's going to see our dom there, and like people are rushing up on her, and
Yeah.
it is not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like should be some boundaries here.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's supposed to be your
Absolutely.
guys' space to grieve and spend time with him. I'm so sorry
Yeah.
that you're having that going on.
Thanks. Yeah, and it's like it's beautiful, man, and I'm proud of it. I make like wreaths, and we spend so much time and effort on it. And it really is beautiful. It lights up the sky and stuff. Like, it's gorgeous, and
Wow.
it sucks, but like if you see, if you're gonna ride by or something, like, just if you see anybody else, just keep, turn around and kind of let it be, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Or just
Yeah.
keep your distance a little bit. That's all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to seem insensitive or unappreciative either at the same time. It's hard. It is really, really hard right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Unsafe in our chat made a good point there. It's not a like an attraction, tourist
Yes.
attraction.
Yes.
It's not, it's sad, but, I don't even know
Mhm.
how people find out where that's at. Like, it's crazy how people can find all this stuff out,
Yeah. I
and
don't know either. Right. That's the first thing I thought of, was like, I guess there's people driving from out of state and stuff.
my
And I'm
That's
like, wait,
crazy.
this isn't.
yeah, how much time do you have? That's just it. It's
Um.
like
Yeah.
it's like, really? Like, people have that much time where they're like, "Let's drive out of state to go see," and it's just
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's like
Right. I wish I had that free time. Hey,
yeah, right?
I
Right?
would. I pray for that amount of free time. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure now because you have a lot going on. I know you were on, a couple radio stations and,
Dude,
the news and
I'm
stuff,
doing like
and
six interviews a day. I'm trying to get the word on the podcast out because I am gonna do. I want to. I'm setting up a foundation as well, and you guys are the first to hear it. I'm gonna do a foundation, to help. It's in the works, and I'm gonna do it to. Basketball was a big Dom's thing, right? And then he taught my son, and I would go when he was little. I would go to all his games and things. It's our thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna set up a foundation. And go over it tomorrow, but um it's for basketball to help underprivileged children, either I'm not sure if we're going to do like help pay if they need like school tuition or something if they're playing, or I want to sponsor teams with it. I've got it all in the works, but
okay.
That's
yeah.
really awesome.
And there's that, there's the bill I'm doing. I'm trying to do interviews, get the podcast off the ground, to establish this platform to do it for. And then I'm a single mom. I've got 2 kids and 2 giant German shepherds. I am constantly, full-time job. Like, I'm
Yeah.
Going.
really
Yeah,
overloaded
going and
plus all
going.
this. Mhm.
Yeah. Um, Chris, did you have any
No, I'm good.
okay.
Yeah.
I just making sure because I know you studied a lot of the, you know,
Yeah,
that
no,
stuff when you
I
went
think
to
we've
school
covered
and
quite a bit of this. So
yeah, I
I,
I, you know, appreciate you coming on. I mean, when I reached out, I wanted to make sure that it was just okay that we cover it, because
Thank you.
being so close to home, I don't want to step on toes and stuff.
I didn't
And
realize we were that close.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice. Thank you for reaching out.
We're only probably 25 minutes from that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What's it?
Sure.
Industrial Parkway there. And like I said, where I work, I'm just across the way there. I'm probably like 5 minutes away. So when it
Oh,
all
wow.
happened, I'm definitely know back there a lot. Um,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I don't know how true it was that I had heard that she had driven that route back there several times before that, incident. But yet again, I don't know how true that was. And because I know a lot of them weren't they on like a Life 360 app or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Life 360. And it is considered a cut through. And I'm sure she went down that street, but the thing is that she I don't know if she went down there to snoop it or not. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think she's just as evil. I think she could have, but here's the thing. It could be a cut through. I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat anything, but it's not a shortcut to Dom's house. So instead of going down Pearl and like making a right, she's decided to go down that progress, and that isn't a shortcut to Dom's house. It didn't make any sense. She would have came out further away. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, there was no reason for her to go down that street that
Yeah.
morning.
Because she would have come out onto Prospect, right? If I'm
I
thinking.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's backwards. She would have been.
Okay.
I can't say where they live, but
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
is out of the way completely. She shouldn't have been down that street at all.
Yeah.
So,
Progress.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
that is in
progress.
Alameda.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I was
Yep.
thinking of where there's used to be a Packetans factory back
Yeah, it's
there.
right there. Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
they
love Pacatans.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
was
they
my
were
favorite. I actually got my wedding flowers there
Yeah.
before they closed.
I haven't even seen one around in years.
They
'Cause they're
closed. That was
gone.
mine and Dom's mom's store. Yeah, it was like the big, huge craft store. That was my favorite store ever.
I think they were
They shut
based
it
out of
down.
Strongsville on 82. I think
Mhm.
the distribution was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I had a friend that worked there, and then they shut down there. They have a different location, I think. But
Oh, yeah, check that
so
out.
what was I gonna say? So yeah, if anybody jumping in now, Christine here, Russo. Check out, she's got a show, podcast show. She's going to be on tomorrow night,
The Big
YouTube
Sister
here.
Unhinged.
Yes, at 8 p.m. And she's going to be talking about all sorts of, things with
I
this.
also will have, sorry to cut you off, I'm
No,
going to
you're
have
fine.
Kat and Cheyenne, who are in prison, will be on the show tomorrow as well. We're going to do a triple live, like a three-way live with the girls that she was in prison with, and I've never talked to them before, and I've never seen anything they had to say. So we'll be sitting down for the first time with her. One of them, I think, claims that or says that I don't know if they dated in there, maybe. And then the other is that Cat who uh has a lot to say about her as well. So it should be pretty interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out tomorrow night. Like I said, we do appreciate you, us three here on the show, and our, usual listeners that we have, our fans and stuff. We're still building the show. We've been doing this for about a year now, and we're growing, but just takes time. But just the fact that you took time out of your night, and I know you're tired and you got a lot going on, and I do
quite a bit of
appreciate.
time too. Thank you for sticking
Yeah.
around
Yeah,
for so
yeah.
long.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you.
We
Appreciate
Yeah, I
appreciate
was
it.
tired today. I just got a comment on my phone because I'm live too. And what was your podcast called again?
The Murder Podcast Show. We actually just followed you on TikTok, so we can match it up. Is
Thank
it
you,
alright
guys. The
if
Murder.
we share you guys like one of your videos
Yeah,
to share?
yeah, you can do that. Somebody just commented this. Listen to how ridiculous this is and ignorant. I shouldn't even give her. I think both we are spelled wrong. I think both we are irresponsible families on both sides. Like, what did we do
Wow.
that she murdered Dom? Like, what could we be responsible for? Please explain. Just
Yeah.
the trolls. They're probably miserable, alone, broke, terrible people.
Living in their mom's basement or something, as people say,
Literally ugly and alone.
Yeah.
I just am so over it. It's
I
true.
I don't get,
So
like I said before, I don't get how people can take her side and just see it. I mean,
protected, maybe.
evidence is stacked all right
Yeah,
there in front of you. Like, what more
it's
do you?
overwhelming.
Yeah, what
Not only
more do you need?
right, and not only that, but
It's
look at the mom
insane.
going along with the language, was agreeing to her to say things. I agree with you. How was she
Mhm.
not charged as an accessory?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you know what? We didn't even have that um in the trial. They did not get that translated in time. They didn't have a translator. They didn't even know what it was, the language. That wasn't even brought up. There was so much other evidence. Like, I really think that it's just trolls, like I said, but it's infuriating because it's like, you guys, he murdered my brother. This isn't a story. It's not a movie. Like, this is people's life. She took my brother's life. She took Davion's life. He was completely like, what the hell? That's another thing. What did Davion do? I'll wait. I'll wait for your comment. I don't understand
Yeah.
why people stick up for her. It's just gross.
I,
It's just
what
gross.
irritated me is her mom in court talking about Davion being a new friend, and then the judge was like, "What? Like, that doesn't
She
matter."
saw right through them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She saw right through them.
and then
The judge saw through them.
Yeah, and then she turned around. She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that." And it's like, it's too late. You said it.
Yeah.
If you do
He
have
was a new friend. Like, why? It was like, it was so awkward. She reamed her so bad. I was like, oh, that was bad.
Oh man, I
Um,
couldn't even imagine being in that courtroom. I bet
it was terrible.
that's a lot. I know I heard that on the show you did a few nights ago that you said you were there every day except for the one day. And I won't say which day it is. Which
Um,
I don't blame me there at all for that day. But and yeah, I couldn't even, fathom going through that.
we still have to because she keeps doing appeals. So every time she does an appeal, we have to go sit at another hearing and see these terrible people and relive it. We just went, January 14th was the last one. We had to go and sit there with them. And it's like, it's terrible. Um, and we got a letter in the mail last week, for about another appeal. Like, it's just for appeal after appeal. It's a joke, really.
Wow.
That's why it's infuriating. Like, just take your 10 years left. You took two people's lives and be quiet. It's the worst type of person, honest to God. Terrible people.
Yeah, she is, she doesn't care. She only cares about herself, and
Mhm.
her parents feed into that, and she's all about attention. Look at me, look at me. And it's sad because
Yeah.
she acts like she cares, like, losing Dom and stuff. But it's like, no, you don't. I mean, because
Mm-mm.
the fact that she can't come out and she can't just say, hey, I'm sorry, this is what happened.
Well,
Eh,
listen to the calls. Have you heard the calls? I haven't listened to. I review a few on. Hold on. I'm gonna accept this invite really quick with Natasha Cooper. Let me. Oh, hold on,
okay.
Natasha. Hold on 1 second, guys, and I am gonna finish that statement. Hey, Natasha, I'm gonna mute you because I'm on another podcast. Just but 1 second. I'm gonna join you if you want. Um, everybody, Natasha Cooper's in too. I did my first actual live with her. So I appreciate her. Thanks for tuning in. But what was I saying again?
The statement,
The phone calls, you were reviewing some of them.
yes.
Oh yeah, she doesn't talk about Dom at all. There's no remorse or talks of Dom whatsoever.
Wow.
That's the one thing I ask people because there are people that have listened to every single phone call, and I ask and I'll be like, does she mention my brother what at all? And it's no, that she doesn't. And if she does, it's like, but it's not like, I mean, if you accidentally took two people's lives, one being your boyfriend of 4 years that you were supposedly so in love with, how would you act every day? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would be crying to my mother every day. Oh my, I fucking miss him. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like anything, but
Yeah.
there's none of that. It's absolutely ridiculous. So if you
Yeah.
didn't think you were guilty before, listen to the calls, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. It's all, like I said, everything's stacked up right there. And the fact that a lot of people they don't want to just hear it. They don't want to hear the truth. A lot of people, and they just want to be like, oh, yeah, free her. I take her side. And it's like, it was just because people think, like we said before, it was a car crash. There's no way she could have done that because she was in the car too. And it's like, you don't get, I mean, in her mind, which we don't know because her mind is it's way out in left field. But,
Mhm.
it's just crazy. It's like we said at first, when you hear people, murdering and getting killed, you don't hear of a way like this. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
wild. Out
Do
of,
you?
No, she's definitely snapped.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
guys have a TikTok or no?
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Do you wanna switch? Because Natasha just joined in. I could switch you wanna switch to TikTok? Are you guys able to do that or put me on 2 and do like a 3 co-host thing or
Um,
I can try.
we can try
you
and
wanna
put it
try
on
it?
the TikTok and do live. I did have one more quick question for you if you have 1 second.
Sure.
Can you
Okay.
describe Davion? Because we didn't really get a chance to touch on him.
Davion?
Davion, I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
I
I can
apologize.
barely hear you, that's why I was asking.
Oh, yeah. No,
You're
I
faint in the back.
apologize. If we could get a chance, can you describe him? Like, did you get a chance to know him really well?
No.
No.
Nope. So I guess I just sat down with Divine, who now is like I feel a very strong connection with them. Obviously, like our brothers died together. You couldn't imagine. And I sat down with her and she was telling me because my dad even just had met him the day before. He was like Natalie said, he kind of was a newer friend because he was actually a football player. Dominic didn't play football. He had, his friends with the football team and he broke something or tore something and, switched friends group, and started hanging out with Dom.
Hmm.
But I hear nothing but the most greatest things about him. He was, it looks like a handsome, awesome kid. His sisters, I mean, if he's anything like his sisters are, like, he's got to be amazing. And I'm sure he was because they're a really awesome family. Scott, Jamie are one of the nicest people I've ever met. Really, really good parents. The girls are sweet and, quiet and nice, you know what I'm saying? Just really, really nice. And it is so tragic that that happened.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
I I completely agree. I actually asked him, I said, "Can we try and cover this?" And then when he offered to reach out and ask you, I said, "Yes, but this is how I want to go in the direction of it is I want to make sure that we bring both Dominic and Davian to the front because it feels like they're getting pushed to the background."
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Um, and sometimes I lost my brother, so I'm so overwhelmed with losing him that sometimes it's like, and I feel so bad. I feel guilty, kind of like I know it's not our fault at all. It's nobody's but Kenzie's fault, but it's like, God, if he wasn't with Dom, and if Dom didn't have a psychotic girlfriend, like he'd still be here,
Right.
if it was, it just feels, I know I shouldn't feel it, but I do. It's hard not to.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think
suck.
it was kind of like he was in the wrong place at the wrong time type situation,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
because originally they had said that he was going to, was it stay or get another ride or something. Then he ended up going with Mackenzie and Dom.
I believe so. I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
don't. It's so hard to tell what's true or not when you see all this online and you just don't know.
No, he was staying at Dom's. His family was out of town on a vacation,
Okay.
and he was staying there. So they were, and I've seen that too. I've seen that misinformation going around that you wouldn't believe. So that's why I said that's why I made my podcast, was because people put whatever they want online, and then people read it and they're like, "Oh," and it's like, I would think the same thing. Why would you think that was not accurate? You know what I mean? So then everybody forms their own opinions. That's just,
Yeah.
but that's one thing, a little thing, but yeah, he was staying with Dom. He was going back to his house.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I don't know how to join your live
That's
on
okay.
TikTok. I
That's
wish
okay.
I did. I'm still kind of learning all of the fun little aspects of We
Let
Got
me
Bigger that we normally would
try.
Well,
be.
you
Oh,
can.
I have an idea. What is your, dang it. Um, what is it, Natasha? Oh, invite.
Oh,
Are you able to do that,
Um,
Natasha? Or no, it's blocked out for me. What is your guys' name on here on TikTok?
it is if you type in at Murder Show 66
At Murder Show
on
66.
TikTok.
on TikTok.
Okay, because I know you can type in, murder podcast show too,
I
or
always it's easier to give the username because it's shorter to type out.
Thanks, Natasha. We have an expert on the phone now.
Yay.
this
Yeah.
stuff. This stuff is so much. I'm still trying to keep up with it. Trying to run everything because normally the view that we have, you can see the whole room, and it's like I have like 4 different monitors, and I try to run everything, and
Mm-hmm.
there's times where it's like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're telling me the murder podcast 66 or murder podcast show.
It's Murder Show 66.
Oh, you gotta go
You got to
live. So
go
go
live.
live
Yeah.
first.
Oh my Lord, everybody's gonna see my face.
There we go.
Everybody's going to see your
All
face.
right,
Okay.
this is our first live, guys. Our first live.
On TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. We have never gone live. All right.
Well, there's no time like the present.
Well, here we go. Hold on. All right, so I am live now.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay, no
You're
problem.
fine.
Try and set up.
But anybody here in the chat, if you guys are just joining here, YouTube channel, ours here, Christine Russo is interviewing here with us and talking about her brother, Dom, that was unfortunately killed in the documentary that just came out on Netflix, The Crash. Mackenzie that had murdered him, and she was answering some questions and telling her side of the story and stuff. So we do appreciate everybody being in here on the live.
Right, and we actually have people joining our live right now.
Well, hey,
This is our
So nice.
first TikTok
Did
live.
they figure it out, Natasha? Oh, they joined, I think. Sorry, I'm getting text. There must have been.
Oh yeah. Okay, there we go.
All right, how do I do that though?
Oh, I see you guys.
Put them in like on the avatar. Yeah. And pull up a screen, and then you should be able to see.
All right, give
Oh,
me a minute,
okay.
guys. I'm gonna try and move the table so that way we can get all of you to see us, and so you can see Tim again. So give me 1 second to rearrange this.
nobody needs to see me. That's okay.
No one wants to see me.
Oh, okay.
You just slide.
Yeah, I just have to slide a little bit. I don't know if you guys can. I'm not used to coming out from behind the desk here, so this is where I hide.
Yeah.
Everybody know, there's a bunch of very ugly people out there that have very terrible. It wasn't some of the stuff about Dom. It was a lot of like spamming and stuff about just different. And there was a couple about reference to porn stuff. If you catch my drift, I don't want you to get flagged for that. You definitely need someone to catch those things. Okay.
Christine,
There was some other weird stuff in there, but those are the only ones I was worried about. I knew you could deal with the trolls. You were just, because you're used to that mess, the crazy things that people say, but that stuff is the only thing I was worried about. All right, I'm gonna look through it. All right, guys. Welcome everybody. I just did a pop-up live. We have Natasha Cooper, and say your podcast name for me too, Tim.
go ahead.
Oh, it's gonna be the Murder Podcast Show.
And so I'm getting all these text messages and warnings about these comments. So I asked them to jump in. So we're all on TikTok now. So
Yeah, that's cool.
Um,
so, I'll give you Natasha, Tim, Natasha, but you also was it Jackie? No, it's in the back.
Yeah, Classroom Jackie and then Criminology Chris. He's my husband.
nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I have. Sorry, I had a. Yeah, I just had somebody in my chat ask a question.
Speak out a little bit if you don't mind.
Yeah. They want to know if the Big Sister Unhinged is on Spotify.
No, I have to figure out how to do that. If you guys have any idea.
We do actually.
It's podcast. What was it? 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. I've never been listening to a podcast in my life. So I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm going to start a podcast. And I'm going to help battle the trolls that are talking bad about my brother. And, talk about grief and domestic violence awareness. I've got huge plans with this. But yeah, I am not Spotify. The full episodes on YouTube right now when I'm looking. Do anything. So none of this technology. I don't know anything about podcasts, but eventually,
Okay. If you ever need any help with that, you can reach out to me too because I've got this show's on all the streaming platforms. And it's free to do usually, at least who I use is, but if you need help with that, you can reach out and I can help you.
thank you.
And usually every show that I do, once it's done, I just upload it and you can go through and, edit it and that kind of stuff. And
Oh,
then
thanks.
it's usually within like 45 minutes and it'll have it up on all the streaming platforms.
All right, thank you. I'll reach out. I've made a lot of connections. There's a lot of nice people out there. Natasha was the first person to put me on her show. And now like I feel like I'm a big pass the torch type of person. So I'm giving it every little, even if it's, people just starting out. I'm trying to give everybody interviews. You know what I'm saying? Just spreading the love everywhere. It's just the type of person I am. So,
Yeah.
I'm running myself a little thin here, though. I'm getting tired. It's all, I know this won't last forever. Like, people asking about my brother and stuff. So, I'm just dealing with it now the best I can, I guess.
I think right now you're doing what you need to do with the momentum that the Netflix show has caused. I think that it has brought a lot of, a huge amount of renewed attention to the cause that you have, and I think that I know you're burning the candle at both ends, but at the same time, I think that the effort that you're putting forward is definitely going to pay off in the end.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm keep telling myself.
Oh, absolutely! Look how your channels are growing.
Pretty fast.
Oh my, holy moly!
Yeah.
Mhm.
We would love to keep in touch and then do updates, things like those, especially after your funding goes through and you redo the GoFundMe. Let us know. We would love to actually share those so that way we can try and get more funding for you in order to keep that going.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I should have the foundation up by tomorrow. I'm actually so excited because through all this, really I worry about